Messing with an independent woman is a very dangerous game to play, and I don't recommend everybody do it.
Hi lovelies, and welcome back to this channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Stranad and here is Ballistic Gist. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload videos, you'll be the first person to be notified. To my returning subscribers, to those people that share my videos and also educate I, you guys are the real MVP. So guys, I came across this video on my For You page on TikTok and I thought to share with you guys where guys are out to talk about dating an independent woman and also not messing with them because of these purposes. I'm just gonna roll it. Please leave me your own thought in the comment section and let's dive into it.
Messing with an independent woman is a very dangerous game to play, and I don't recommend everybody do it because the first impression means a lot more to her than it does to you. And when I say first impression, I'm not talking about the first time y'all meet each other and how y'all bond. I'm talking about the first time she asks you to do something. If you fuck up, I promise you will never have access to that woman again. Independent woman is very hard on herself because most of the time she's not only delivering for herself, she's also showing up for other people. So she gotta hold herself to this very high standard. And as a man, if you come through saying that you can lighten her load and you fuck up the very first time, you can't really blame her for getting rid of you. When a woman is independent, it's very hard for them to give their responsibilities to somebody else because their entire life, if they wanted shit done correctly, they did it themselves. So if they trust you with doing something for them, you need to show up and you need to do it the right way. I'm saying that to say, when you meet a woman and she's better off without you and she then gives you opportunities to show up for her, you need to look at all of those as privileges because I promise you, if you show up for them when they need you to, you'll be around for a very long time, my boy. Show up and do shit the right way the first time. Message.
If you want to date an independent woman, you better make sure that you're secure with yourself. Like extremely secure. I'm talking top level secure. Because these women don't need you. They may want you, but they certainly don't need you. And they definitely won't ask you for anything either. They make their own money. They pay their own bills. They're just as ambitious as you, if not more, and probably more emotionally intelligent than you, so be aware of that. If you're okay with all that, go for it. But if you're not, then don't, because they will continue to succeed with or without you, and if that poses a threat in your life, you probably don't want an independent woman, you just don't know it. Listen, I grew up with a single mother, and she raised 3 badass kids while working as a nurse at 2 hospitals. And she started from the Philippines and made her way here to the States. So she does not need a man. But if she wants one, she can go get it. Trust me. You see, independent women have done things their entire lives by themselves. If they wanted to pursue something, they did everything in their power to get it by themselves. If they wanted it done correctly, they did it by themselves. So if you have an opportunity to date an independent woman, you better show up. Because I promise you, they don't give out too many chances. Look, when you meet a woman and she's already got her things figured out without you, and then she gives you a chance to be there for her, my brother, that is a privilege, okay? And you better capitalize, because if you don't, you're gone, I promise you. But if you do show up for her, then the sky is the limit, my friend. And again, I say this because if you want an independent woman, you gotta really make sure you want one. Because like I said, they don't need you. They may want you, but they certainly don't need you.
Earlier this week, I saw something online that read, dating as an independent woman is hard because you're always ready to leave. And boy, do I have a lot to say about this. When you are very independent, it could be so easy to default to, I don't need this, instead of communicating and or compromising. Applying discernment when it comes to separating deal breakers from normal relationship stuff couples go through is key. And this is me keeping it real with you and speaking from experience. Sometimes when we're just ready to leave, it's a defense mechanism. When you are very independent, you are so used to doing things for yourself, being accountable to yourself, not disappointing yourself, relying on yourself, that putting your heart in someone else's hands can be incredibly daunting. And don't get me wrong, sometimes you need to be RTL, you need to be ready to leave. But there are other times where you have to have a conversation with yourself, because there is a big difference, and this is why I say discernment is key. There's a big difference between having an issue with someone's core character, someone disrespecting you, an inability to see eye to eye when it comes to like a key value, versus being angry at your man because he used all your face wash. When you're very independent, I'm not gonna lie to you, you can get into the habit of being ready to leave over small issues. when you are hyper independent, you're so used to doing stuff on your own time, doing stuff to your own terms, doing stuff how you want them to be done, that when you are in a relationship setting, it can potentially grate on you sometimes. You can find yourself being frustrated about little things because you're so used to managing your own life by yourself. And that's when you end up to defaulting to, I don't need this. I don't need this. Why am I here? I don't need this. And again, sometimes it is bad. And you may also find yourself feeling that way when you receive constructive criticism. When you're independent and you're used to being reliable for yourself and doing things right and being accountable to yourself and no one else, when someone gives you constructive criticism, it can really get to you. And you may also default to, I don't need this. When in reality, you should stop, pause, reflect, and communicate with your person. So yeah, I don't want this video to be too long, but what I'm trying to say is to the hyper independent women out there, it is good to be able to take care of yourself. It's good to be independent, but also if you're someone who's always ready to leave over the smallest inconveniences, query that. Like the face wash example, sometimes the issue is not them, the issue is us. You may be really used to not sharing, really used to having everything under your control, and the problem there is letting go of that control freak part of you, that unwillingness to share part of you, because that is not conducive for a positive relationship. And if you're always in this habit of being ready to leave over the minor things, the little inconveniences, you will get into a habit of having difficulty sustaining a relationship on the basis of always running away from things that make you uncomfortable, always running away from communication, always running away from conflict. And I am by no means saying put up with BS. If a man is disloyal, if a man is disrespectful, if you have to repeat something 1,000,000 times and he still don't want to listen, if your values do not align, if the key stuff is not working, get the heck up out of there. But if it's little things that can be solved through a discussion, if it's little things that may indicate an issue with your own character, if it's frustrations because your partner is holding a mirror up to you and you're having issues confronting it, don't be so quick to go. So yeah, dating as independent women, yeah, we be ready to leave, but sometimes it's not good.
No matter how independent a woman is, when she is in the presence of a real man, she can relax and she will not be independent. She will not treat that man like she do not need him because he won't allow her to. So for the men out there saying, oh, if you want to be independent, then why you need me? You act like you don't need me. No, I don't act like I don't need you. You just haven't created a force to be needed. You have not put yourself in such a position to where I feel like it's safe for me to even depend on you. Real men don't even do that shit. Real men really just know how to stand in the gap. They know you're so independent to the point where you will figure it out by yourself, but they make sure you don't have to. That's how they become valuable. They be like, oh, I took care of this for you. Oh, I know this was stressing you out, so here's what I did. They don't even be asking no questions. All they be doing is taking notes and paying the fuck attention. And here you are saying, well, you never come to me and ask me for nothing. I shouldn't have to. If you know that I'm an independent woman, why do you think that I got to ask you for every little bitty thing? But real men know that, look, I'm going to stand in the gap for her. She could be able to relax in her feminine energy. She can just come into the room and know that everything is taken care of. She can make one less decision when I'm right here in the room. Those are the men that are needed. Because we don't just need men occupying space. We need men being men.
The truth is, when you're dating a girl that's very, very independent, she's probably always going to say no anytime you ask her, does she need anything? And as toxic as you may think that is, we all have our baggage. And then when you are in a relationship, you work through that trauma with that person if that's the person that you decided to be with. So if you want to help her to stop being so prideful in that sense, and yes, she needs to be working on her trauma too if she is overly independent. I have to say things for clarity. But anyways, if you feel like you want to do something for her, just do it. Take that initiative, because when she sees you taking that initiative, it'll make her more comfortable and more trusting, and she'll feel like she can depend on you a little bit more. And just for clarity, independence is not a bad thing. It's a good thing. But too much of anything can become a bad thing.
The more bills a woman pays by herself, the less attractive men become, because she's now so independent that all she's worried about is taking care of her family and leveling up. To her, a man has no place in her life because he's not bringing anything to the table but headaches and wasted time. Yes, she's in her masculine energy, and that's not gonna change until a real man steps up to the plate and takes some of that weight off her shoulders.
Seriously, lovelies, I see the reason why, sometimes most guys do not actually want to, put it up with most independent women, because it's as if they have had everything that they ever needed, like having put up with every basic things of life, like security, financial independence and what have you. And you being a man coming to the life of this specific independent, women, you need to actually put an extra work for it. You need to put in your time, because you coming to them, they actually do not need any kind of financial favor. What they actually need is someone that they can actually build something with, someone that they can love without wanting anything in return. Like, it's just very different when a woman is not independent and you are a man coming into her life. There are some things that you need to help her up, maybe in terms of financial needs, in terms of maybe you should want to travel somewhere, you are there. You know how it is dating someone that is not fully independent compared to a woman that is actually independent, that the only thing that you have to work towards is just to love her for her, because she's not expecting any financial favor from you. Even if you're going to do any form of financial thing, it should be something that is very tangible, because she herself personally have the capability to take care of herself financially, physically and whatever. Then you come into her life is like a bonus to her. Like, she just need a partner that they can share dreams and admiration together with. So, and most guys are finding this top, like this kind of women, like something that is so depressing, because you are just looking for how to actually please this woman. You can go out with maybe gift and all of that, but pleasing her is going to be something difficult, because what is it that you want to give her that she don't have access to? So the only thing you just have to work towards is maybe your relationship with her, the way at which you listen to her and all of that, the way at which you relate to her. Even in the other hand, this said independent women are also even tired of being independent, because most guys just also come into their life and try to like take the advantage of, okay, since she's independent, let me just use that as an advantage. But the way at which things are, I think these independent women are also going for independent men that can just fit better their life. And I like the fact that men are so out to talk more about this topic, in order for us to actually know what is on board. Anyway, lovelies, why not just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying, harassment or whatsoever. We just here for educational and informative purposes. So please subscribe to my channel if you're here to do that. Like, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one.